In this video lecture, we will discuss about the oligonucleotide probes. First of all, what is the oligonucleotide? Oligonucleotides are the short chain of the nucleic acid which consist across the small sequence or the small amount of nucleotides. Around 20 nucleotides are present in this nucleic acid chain. This is known as an oligonucleotide. Now, what are the probes? We will discuss here. The introduction. What is the probe or what are the probes? A probe is a nucleic acid molecule which may be single stranded DNA or RNA. Here the nucleic acid, here the probe word which is used or which means a nucleic acid molecules which may be single stranded DNA or RNA with a strong affinity. Affinity means here the affinity word means here should be in the complementary or should have the complementary sequence according to or as compared with the target sequence, have strong affinity with the specific target. Here the probe means it is a nucleic acid molecule which may be a single stranded DNA or RNA. It should have a strong affinity towards the specific target. The probe and the target bases sequence must be complementary to each other. The target sequence or the base sequence of the target and the probe must be in the complementary or must be complementary to each other, but it is depending on the conditions. If in some cases they are not exactly complementary, they would be neglected. The gene probes are usually used in the various plotting methods or in the in situ technique, in situ hybridization technique for the detection of the nucleic acid sequences. Here, what are the probes? Probes are the nucleic acid molecules which may be single stranded DNA or RNA which should have or must have specific affinity or strong affinity towards a specific target. Now the base sequence of the target and the probe or the target and the probe must be the complementary to each other. Here these probes or the gene probes are used in the blotting techniques and in situ hybridization technique. There are many types of probes such as DNA probes, RNA probes and oligonucleotide probes. Here we will discuss about the oligonucleotide probes. What are the oligonucleotide probes? Oligonucleotide probes are synthesized chemically as the oligonucleotide based on the information available on the amino acid sequence of the protein of interest. They are synthesized chemically and they are based on this principle is been based on the information available on the amino acid sequence present on the protein. Here they can be used as a probe in the identification of gene which encode the particular protein. The oligonucleotides are synthesized chemically. On which principles they are been identifying? They are identifying on the principles to know they are coding or they collect the information available on the amino acid sequence of the protein. They can be used as a probe for the identification of gene which encodes for the particular protein. Here the oligonucleotides are probed generally targeted to the specific sequence of the gene. They target the specific sequence which are target sequence or the sequence of interest. They target only that sequence. The most common oligonucleotide probes contains 18 to 30 bases, but current synthesizers allow the efficient synthesis of probes containing at least 100 bases. Here most commonly oligonucleotide contains 18 to 30 bases, but now the most updated probes such contains at least 100 bases. The selection of nucleotide probe sequence can be done manually from gene sequencing using the guidelines. The guidelines are given in the next. slide. Here the first guideline which may be considered as a prob, first one is a prob length should be between 18 to 15 bases. Here first guideline must be the prob length. What is prob length? Prob length means which contains the bases. Here the prob length must be between 18 to 15 bases. Longer probes will result into longer hybridization time. Here the longer the probes will take the as much as times which contains the which is a time consumption. Here the longer hybridization time and low synthesis yields. Here it will give the low yield. Yield means the amount of interest which will be taking. On shorter probes will lack the specificity. If prob length is between the 18 to 50 bases, if there will be longer probes, it will take the longer time for the hybridization time and it will give the low yields. But the prob length lesser than 18 to 15 which will lack the specificity. This is the first guideline according to the basis on the prob. Here the second guideline which is an base composition. The first one is prob length, second one is the base composition. What should be the base composition? Between 40 to 60% GC content. Here the base composition must be 40 to 60% of the GC content. If there will be increase in the GC content or it will move out of the ratio, if the ratio between is not between the 40 to 60, it will cause an non-specific hybridization. If the ratio is lower than 40 and it is high, if the ratio is higher than 60, it will cause a non-specific hybridization. Here the third guideline must be certain that the no complementary regions within the probes are been present. No complementary regions are been present between the probes. It may result in the formation of hairpin structure that will inhibit the hybridization to the target. Here the third guideline which involves there should no presence of complementary regions between the or within the probe which may result in the formation of hairpin structure and that will cause the inhibition of hybridization to the target molecule. The fourth one is in avoid the sequence containing long stretches. Here avoid the sequence containing long stretches more than the 4 of a single base. A single base may contain or it may avoid the long stretches of the single base. The fifth one is the once a sequence meeting the above criteria has been identified, it should be further be moved to the computerized sequence analysis and highly recommended. Further, according to this, among the above criteria has been matched, then it is further moved to the computerized sequence which computerized analysis which may recommend the highly specific sequence. The probe sequence should be compared with the sequence region or the genome which is been derived as well as the reverse complement of the region. If the homologies to the non-target regions are been greater than 70 or 80 in the row is found, the probe sequence is not been used. If the similarity is more than or the homologies or the similarity to the non-target regions are more than 70%, the probe is not been used or it means it cannot be taken into the consideration. Now the labeling of probes, how the probes are been labeled. There are two types of labeling methods, by radioactive labeling and another one is an non-radioactive labeling. In radioactive labeling molecules, the radioactive isotopes are been used. The nucleic acid probes can be labeled using radioactive isotopes such as an phosphorus labeled radioactive 32P. Here the sulfur radioactive element, iodine and hydrogen has been used as an radioactive isotopes. Detection is done by the autoradiography or Geiger-Müller counters. These two methods are being used for the detection of the radioactive labeling. The radioactive probes use the most common type and less popular today. Here this is been not used. The radioactive labels probes are not commonly used and less popular because the safety consideration. Here the radioactive elements can cause the cancerous disease and it can penetrate the skin up to the 7th layer. So the beta energy of this or beta isotopes or the energy which will penetrate into the skin, which can cause the cancerous cells to be developed and it can cause the cancer, and as well as the cost and disposable of radioactive waste product. Now this type of labeling is not been used because it can cause the cost as well as the safety issue. Now the radioactive labeled probes are most sensitive. They are sensitive as they provide the highest degree of resolution. They can detect the small amount of a gene or the target present in the sample because they have high degree of resolution available in the hybridization assay. Has high sensitivity means the low concentration of probe target hybrid can be detected. For example, phosphorus labeled probes can be detect single copy of gene only in the 0.5 microgram of DNA, and the Keller-Manack has list some reasons. Because what are the reasons that this radioisotope labeled isotope can detect the smallest amount of sample? 32 or phosphorus labeled isotopes have high specificity activity. They emit beta particles of high energy. These labeled nucleotides do not inhibit the activity of DNA modifying enzymes because this structure is initially identical to the non-radioactive counterpart. These are been most used radio labeled isotopes because it has the highest specificity activity. They can emit beta particles of high energy and they are labeled non-nucleotide, do not inhibit the activity of DNA modifying enzymes. Now the another one is a non-radioactive labeling isotopes. Compared to the radioactive label, the use of non-radioactive labels have several advantages. First one is the safety, higher stability of probe, efficiency of labeling reaction, detection in situ, less time taken to detect the signals. These are the reasons in which non-radioactive labels are more used as compared to the radioactive probes. Here there are some examples of radioactive probes such as P32, phosphorus label 32, radioactive label phosphorus, which these probes are labeled, they detect the minute quantity of mobilized target DNA. The disadvantages of phosphorus labeled radioactive, which is a disadvantages is it has an inability to use a high resolution imaging. It has high resolution, they do not produce a higher resolution and have a relatively shorter half-life. They have shorter half-life which can be not used in the longer time. It is not used for the longer purpose time. Well, the another one is the sulfur labeled isotope. It has a longer half time. It is used as useful radioisotope. It is more stable and it is less sensitive, which can provide the higher resolution in the autoradiography. The another one is an hydrogen labeled probes. It is used for the in situ hybridization and has an more or which is considered as an longest half-life labeled probes. Now the another one is an iodine labeled isotopes. It has been declined since the 1980s. This type of radio labeled isotope probes are not being used now. It has been declined using since 1970s. This labeled iodine labeled isotopes or probes are used in the in situ hybridization techniques. Now the example of non-radioactive label, thus such as an biotin. Biotin is an vitamin which is used in the detection of the DNA RNA hybrid which can be inoculated or inserted into the nucleic acid. The another one is an chemiluminescent enzyme label. The enzymes which are chemiluminescence which can inhibit the chemiluminescence, such as an enzyme such as an acridinium ester, alkaline phosphatase, beta degalactosidase, horseradish peroxidase which is commonly or well known as an HRP, isoluminol xanthine oxidase. These are the enzymes used in the non-radioactive labeling. Another one is in fluorescence chemicals or fluorochromes. In earlier lecture we have discussed about the fish technique which is known as an fluorescent isotope in situ hybridization. Fluorescent label in situ hybridization. This fluorescent chemicals are being used for the hybridization technique. Another one is the use of antibiotics. Here the monoclonal antibiotics or antibodies are being used. The last one is an deoxygenin system. It is similarly which can similarly work as an biotin. They are chemically bounded molecules which can detect the hybrid molecule. This is all for the oligonucleotide probes.